Hey Libra, this is your November 2023 tarot reading for the month. So if this is your first time, whoa, sorry. Almost all of the signs keep getting this card. It's so funny to me. Okay, so if this is your first time joining me, we take a look at the beginning, middle, and end of the month, and also any kind of prominent challenge that's coming up and any kind of advice or guidance that's coming through to assist you with this month. Of the readings that I put out every month for the signs, these are I would say the longer ones. So yeah, if you want shorter ones, you can check out some of the bi-weeklies and stuff that I do. I also put out astrological highlight videos. Those are all done with tropical astrology, just so you know. Right, so let's take a look at what is coming up for you this month. I just was feeling like all of those cards in a row was like what needed to happen. Okay, got some king energy showing up. Okay, got some stuff. Okay, so interesting. All right, cool. So this is for Libra Sun or Rising. These are collective readings. So please remember, with collective readings, of course, it's not going to hit for every single Libra all over the globe every single month, right? So if this feels like a resonant message for you, then it's your message this month. If it's not your message this month. Maybe go check out your rising sign if this is your sun sign. As always, if you're wanting very specific information about your situation, it's best to get a one-to-one reading. And if you're interested in that, in the description box down below is where you can find how to book with me if you want to book with me. So in order to focus the reading, I tend to pull a house card so we have an idea of like where this energy is actually being focused. And we're looking at the 9th house, right? So this is a form of, yes, exploration, but it's almost like, it feels more like expansion, right? When we're looking at the 9th house, we're looking at like our world belief, right? Like our world beliefs, our world perspective. We're looking at our beliefs in a spiritual way as well. We could say, like for some, this could be religion. That could be one way to look at it, or something more, instead of monotheistic, something polytheistic. Also, this could be about studying and learning, right? Like really deep studying and learning, like higher learning. It doesn't have to be college or university, although it could be that. This could be like really specific deepening of like your understanding in a certain area that you're, like could be astrology, right? It could be philosophy, could be whatever it is, right? So NLP, who knows? So that's what this is referring to. Also, this could be very much about like actual physical travel, long distance travel. You know, I'm not talking about like crossing one state line. I'm talking about long distance travel. So maybe even abroad, or working with people abroad, teaching them even, right? So you could be studying or teaching in this perspective. So you can see that this has to do with like, yes, exploration of our mind, exploration physically, exploration of belief, right? So just like this expansion in a lot of ways. Now, if while I'm talking about the reading, you find that you really feel like it's really resonating with maybe work or with a relationship or something, then trust your intuition and apply it to that. So beginning, middle, end of the month, we have the beginning of the month with the King of Cups, the middle of the month with the Devil card, and then the end of the month we have the Two of Pentacles. Challenge being the Six of Cups, which I find interesting, and then the advice that's coming through, guidance, is the King of Swords. So let's start with the King of Cups, right? So King of Cups, you know, anytime we're talking about any of the kings, we're talking about a certain level of leadership and responsibility, right? And the King of Cups is able to navigate life, right? He's able to rule his kingdom while being able to feel the full scope and breadth of his emotions without letting that rule him, right? He would not be a good king, a good leader, and be able to be responsible for an entire kingdom if he were just like torn this way and that way and all over the place because of any kinds of difficult emotions that he felt, right? So this is somebody who is stepping into like a place of integration, able to feel the breadth and the intensity of the emotions and still be able to hold this kind of energy. So, you know, you may be feeling challenged with that right now. Again, like for a lot of people, the last month with the astrology felt really intense, right? The eclipses, we were in eclipse season, For a lot of people, it was really intense. I know for me, it was pretty gnarly. So you could have come out of that and just like had so much happen, and perhaps you're needing to step more into this role, or you are having situations that are calling you into really stepping into more of these qualities, right? It's interesting because in the middle of the month, we have the, this is a Capricorn card, the Devil card. And, you know, the Devil card, yes, it does have some shadowy meanings. Yes, it can have to do with overwork, like really being a workaholic, really overworking yourself. Also just feeling obligated and tied to like certain societal structures, certain ways of being, and like really feeling maybe even like suppressed by those things, or like you have to do things a certain way in life, right? To adhere to like societal rules in a certain way. Like sometimes societal rules are helpful. They need to be there and they need to be in place. And there are others that are just oppressive feeling, right? So that could be one way that we're looking at this. The other way, and I felt this for a couple of people out there, the other way is that this could be really toxic energy, right? So, so if there's like a way of escapism and utilizing substances too much to cope with things, that could be a way that this shows up. If you're dealing with other people, this could be dealing with toxic people or just toxic behavior. So you really want to be careful with yourself there in the middle of the month. Make sure that you're, you know, like check yourself, like use this energy as you're moving through your month. But either way, it feels like that middle part of the month is like you're going to require and need some more awareness here. You come into the end of the month and it really feels like you are weighing out the different options and opportunities that are there. Life can feel a little bit like you're in a rocking boat, you know, like the waves are a little choppy perhaps, and you might be trying to find your balance. And while you're dealing with all of the things that you have on your table, trying to figure out which things, what opportunities you want to move forward on, or how to balance it all, you know, like maybe work-life balance, or, you know, relationship and, you know, career and purpose, or whatever it is. But it feels like there is this kind of decision, like deciding and trying to figure out how to like balance these areas of your life. You know, perhaps you're trying to like forward your career perhaps in like deep study, and also you are needing to like really balance that with the amount of work that you need to do while you're studying and in certain courses or something like that, right? Like things like that. So the Six of Cups showing up as the challenge card that we have, you know, here. I think that it's interesting because I really love this card normally because it's just so nostalgic and kind of like a gift, like a youthful gift, or like people coming through for us that are from our past that are really, you know, lovely. Like it's like their influence is really lovely. In this way, I think that it's quite possible that you could have somebody coming through that might be a not great influence for you, or that perhaps like some influence from your past is coming through, and maybe you're feeling like you're wrestling with inner demons in some way. Inner demons, right? Like I say that, I have to be careful when I say things on the internet. I've noticed that sometimes it's a real literal vibe on the internet. So yeah, so I feel like I have to say those kinds of things. When we look at the spiritual advice or any kind of advice that's coming through for you for this month, we're talking about really being able to zoom out. Again, we're dealing with something about the emotions in a different way here. There is a reflection that I see happening here. The thing about the king, and again, when we're talking about kings, we're talking about holding this kind of leadership or place of responsibility, like just kind of stepping into this more mature role in this way. You know, it's like you have a lot of responsibilities, you have a lot of things to take care of, and sometimes the emotions for that can be really overwhelming. The cool thing about the King of Swords is that he's really like he's like a philosopher king, right? He's really diplomatic. I feel like the way that he rules is really like just and very well thought out and logical, but not cold, right? Although this can be cold depending on the position that it's in, right? So I think that there is this, like the advice coming through is like to maybe zoom out from any kind of difficult situations that you have coming up in your life right now. Do your best to zoom out. This is not to say that we're meant to like remove our emotions, but sometimes we need to like put our emotions to the side for the moment, zoom out, look at the big picture, and use like use our logic, really start to like really think things through. And sometimes that gives us the kind of clarity that we need to speak truthfully, to stay true to ourselves, and to move forward with integrity in our lives. So, you know, definitely I feel like integrity is coming through, staying true to yourself, being able to speak your truth, right? In that way, getting the clarity that you need. And again, like this is someone who is not allowing the emotions of life to be the ruler of what happens, right? We can feel our emotions, like we need to be able to feel them. But we also need to be able to zoom out and get some perspective in order to make clear and just decisions in our world. So I hope that this feels helpful. If it has, please give the video a like. It does help me as I am building this channel. It really, really does. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any of these videos on the horizon. I know this is coming out a couple days later into the month. I'm really sorry about that. Like I said, last part of my month in October was pretty gnarly. So this is coming out a little bit later than I intended. So thanks for your time. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.